Hey guys, welcome back for another edition of All Things Vape. I'm Jason, and tonight we're not going to be doing a review. I want this channel to have a little bit more substance than just doing reviews all the time. So we're going to be doing some advocacy, and we're going to be doing some POV vlogs, point of view vlogs, and things like this, and a little bit of education, whatever. So tonight's video is going to be about smoking versus vaping. Why does vaping work? And pills, gums, and patches do not. Okay, it's going to be worded a little bit different in the video title, just because I don't want, that's a long title. Anyway, so I'm going to be taking you through, I'm going to preface this by saying I am not a medical doctor. I am not a psychologist. I am not a psychiatrist. I am a blue-collar, average Joe vapor, okay, that used to smoke, that vapes now, that been vaping for a long time. And I've been doing my research, okay, over a long period of time. Everything I say on this channel is going to be able to be backed up, okay? I'll be able, if I get called out on something, I will send out my source information from what I have picked it up on, okay? What I have learned, taught myself from, okay? So, this is my view of why vaping works and nicotine replacement therapy, big pharma's answer to quitting smoking, does not fucking work, okay? So, let me tell you guys what I'm vaping on first. I'm going to be vaping on the Minikin V2 with the Armageddon heat-treated RDA. And the juice we're going to be vaping on tonight is going to be from Mohawk Vapors, Summer Blues. Awesome, awesome juice. Love this juice. So, anyway, so why does vaping work for quitting smoking and pills, gums, and patches do not? Okay, so unlike other addictions in life, the smoking addiction is a very, very nasty one, because, not that the other ones aren't, okay, but smoking is very, very hard to kick, because it's hard to quit, because it's a two-part addiction, okay? There's a physical side, which would be the nicotine withdrawals if you don't have a cigarette or a vape or a patch or gum or something like that to keep the nicotine in check, okay, keep the nicotine withdrawals in check, okay? So that's the physical side. You get irritated, you get cranky, you might start shaking a little bit. You just get to be a pissy person, okay? You just get to be shitty towards everybody. So that's the physical side. The psychological side is things you do during the day that you've been matching up with smoking over the years and years and years. Okay, so guys, people that vape, I want you to think about back to the days when you used to smoke. I know it's going to be rough, but just think about the days when you used to smoke. If you're a smoker, think about your day today, okay? Or yesterday, or whatever. All right, so what was the first thing you did whenever you woke up in the morning and you smoked a cigarette, okay? You wanted to smoke. You're looking for a pack of cigarettes. You're looking for a lighter. Cool. Well, it's not cool, but you get okay, so you have your morning smoke. Then you get ready for work. You might have breakfast, and you want to smoke, okay? You're on your morning commute to work, and you have a coffee or a soda, water, tea, whatever, and you want to smoke a cigarette or two on the way to work. So then you're walking into work. You know you can't smoke inside, so you might fire up a cigarette outside right before you go in. All right? And then lunchtime comes around. You might want to have a cigarette after lunch. Dinner time comes around. You might want to have a cigarette after dinner. You get done fucking, you're gonna want a cigarette. You get done, you get very stressed out during the day, something happens unexpectedly, stresses you out, you want to have a cigarette. So you've been pairing these things up over the years, over a long period of time, and you've trained your brain that every time you do a certain task, you're going to want to have a cigarette. Whether your body wants it or not, you're going to have a cigarette. If you're going into a place that does not allow you to smoke, you're going to be in there for a few hours, you might want to go have a cigarette before you get there, or before you go in. So you do all these things. Now, say you want to quit smoking. Okay, so you're not going to smoke. And you don't want, and people, they haven't made the switch to vaping yet. So now you do one of these things. You wake up, you done fucking, you have lunch, you have dinner, you get stressed out, you go someplace. You're going to want to have a cigarette whether your body wants it or not. Okay, because that's your mind playing tricks on you. Say, hey, you did this thing. I've been trained to have a cigarette. When we do this thing, you didn't have a cigarette, now you're missing it, okay? That's where vaping comes in. Now, the gum, or the pills, like the Chantix, okay? My doctor had me on that when I very first tried to quit smoking. Back in like 2008 or 9, 2000, something like that. My daughter was born, and I wanted to quit smoking. So I went to my doctor, and he prescribed Chantix for me. And he gave me samples and a prescription, okay? He said, once the samples are over with, go fill the prescription, whatever. Well, at that time, my prescription for that was $500 a month. And that's a chunk of change you got to come up with all at once. It's not like, whenever you were smoking, $4 or $5 here a pack. I live in Missouri, so our taxes are very low on smoking and vaping. But anyway, so $4 or $5 a pack for a pack of cigarettes as opposed to having to come up with the $500 chunk all at once. So that was one deterrent for me. Number two was he told me that the doctor told me that it turns off your nicotine receptors. Okay, so you're not going to want a cigarette. For the physical side, he didn't tell me that. And then that didn't take care of the psychological stuff. Whenever I do a task, I wanted a cigarette, whether I was on Chantix or not. On top of that, when I was on Chantix, I didn't feel myself. I felt like a worthless piece of shit. I was in the dumps all the time. I didn't want to kill myself or anything, but I was just really depressed all the time. I just felt a low self-worth, basically. So Chantix was not good for me. Gums and patches, they don't work. I mean, because like I say, they take care of the physical side, but they don't take care of the psychological addiction. Vaping, however, does. Because when you wake up in the morning, you're looking for your vape, you get to have a nice vape, okay? You get done with breakfast, have a vape. You get done fucking, have a vape. Way to work, vape. Going someplace, you can't smoke or vape, you're going to vape. It lets you do these things to take care of that psychological addiction. So now you're able to make the switch easier. Okay, I'm not saying that the switch is going to be easy. When you're a smoker and you're making the switch to vaping, you're addicted to not only the nicotine, but you're addicted to the cyanide, the benzene, the carbon monoxide that it gives off. You're addicted to all this shit, and it's built up in your system. So when it goes out, your body's like, I'm not getting this thing, I want it. But it's not near as strong as the nicotine withdrawal. Okay, it's just not. You start craving a cigarette, you just start vaping. Okay, and it is you vape. You're gonna vape constantly whenever you first quit smoking, but it takes care of it. Okay, over the period of a week or two, that addiction, that part of it will go away. You won't be craving the chemicals and nasty shit that's in cigarettes. Okay, you just won't. So that's why vaping works, and big pharma solutions do not. Okay, they don't. And big tobacco comes in with their vaping products. Oh, it's so great. No, there's a reason why they sell their shit only at gas stations, and this is going to get into another video that I'm going to do a little bit later on about triggers and how to avoid them. But I'm going to touch on a little bit here. There's a reason why tobacco companies, big tobacco, only sells their shit in Walgreens, Walmart, gas stations, things like this. And guess where it's at? It's right with the cigarettes. Because if you're trying to make the switch over from vaping or smoking to vaping, and you go out and you try to buy a Voos or a Mark 10 or something like this, a Blue, whatever, any of those big tobacco ones, the cig-alikes, those that actually e-cigs, those, they only sell them at the tobacco aisle with the tobacco products. And there's a reason for it, because whenever you go to get more liquid or cartridges for those or whatever, you have to go in and look at all the cigarettes and everything. And guess what you're going to be wanting? You're going to want a pack of cigarettes rather than that fucking Mark 10 or Voos or whatever. That's why they're worthless, okay? And that's one of the only place they sell them. Big tobacco has been killing people for years and decades and decades. Do you think they're actually wanting to make the switch over now to help save lives? Fuck no, okay? It's bullshit. What they're doing is they're trying to cash in on the vaping industry at the same time selling their nasty-ass fucking deadly cigarettes. I hate big tobacco. I used to be a big tobacco defendant. I used to defend them when I was a smoker. Fuck them, okay? No. This is something I like. I enjoy. I enjoy vaping. I enjoy vaping. I love it, okay? And they're working with the FDA trying to get it banned. It makes no sense. This is getting off into another video, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off. Thank you guys so much for watching. Whether anybody views this video or not, at least I got it out there. It's out there. It's in YouTube now. You can look at it. You can watch it. You can say I'm full of shit. You can say right on, doing a hell of a job. I don't really care. But if you watch it, please try to get the most out of it. Okay, I'm just throwing this out there. I'm throwing it out there because I wanted to get it off my chest, like my last video I did about the boycott that I have on the e-cig websites. I wanted to get this out there. It's been bugging me. I think it's more important to get this out there than it is to do another review. I will be doing more reviews, okay? We're not getting away from reviews. I will be doing those. And I got some trash juice that we're going to be doing here shortly. But I just wanted to get this one out there because I feel this is a little bit more important, okay? So now it's out there. So I just wanted to give you guys my views and opinions on why, vaping works. Big pharma solutions do not. And neither do big tobacco's vaping products, okay? All right, so I'm going to leave you guys with that. Until next time, vape on a vape safe, and we'll see you guys later. Good night.